to my colleague Serge, and I want to recognize my other colleague, Member of Parliament, Chandra Arya, who's here with us tonight. And I really want to begin by thanking the International Talent Acquisition Center in TAC and the Ottawa Chinese Community Service Center for hosting what is a wonderful night and a wonderful recognition for many who are here in the room tonight. As you all know, May is Asian Heritage Month, and over the last 2 centuries, Canadians of Asian descent have helped shape the diverse and vibrant Canada that we know today. For 2017, the theme of the Government of Canada's Asia Heritage Month is celebrating the contributions of Asian Canadians. And the campaign highlights several Canadians of Asian descent who have helped Canada's history and heritage. And as we celebrate Canada's 150th anniversary of Confederation, all Canadians are encouraged to take some time to recognize the experiences of Asian Canadians and their varied contributions to our diverse and inclusive society that is Canada. And it is also important to recognize the tremendous work done by groups like TAC, who provide integration services to bring together internationally trained professionals in Canada. Integration and participation are integral for newcomers to Canada, and there's a lot of evidence that shows and suggests that pre-arrival service is an effective way to assist immigrants to having a faster and more efficient and economic and social integration into Canada. And many of you will have experienced that directly here with us this evening. And the INTAC pre-arrival service is one of the forefront organizations providing such service for people before they arrive into Canada. So the work you do is vitally important, and I thank you for your leadership and continue to, what is it, the 10th going forward. For those of you who don't know, I am, and I was introduced as such just a moment ago, but the newly elected to the award winners, and enjoy your evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'd like to invite to the stage now Sharon Can. She's the OCCSC's Executive Director, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the work that you guys do.
Hi, all the honorable guests, our friends, and the graduates, our sponsors, and everybody. Welcome to, once again, our graduation gala of the year. And this year, with Canada's 150th anniversary, INTAC has held 100 classes now by this January, which is a huge milestone for this program. Yes, throughout our programs, this year 231 clients found their jobs after graduation. The average annual salary was $54,000 in Ottawa alone. Thank you. We formed partners with over 50 new employers in the last fiscal year. INTAC's third Career Expo is Ottawa's largest career expo for IT and finance professionals. Over 1,000 motivated job seekers attended the INTAC's third annual Career Expo in last year, November, at the Shaw Center here, and 40 private and public sector companies and organizations participated in the event. So INTAC hosted 2 virtual career expos in this fiscal year. Over 500 job seekers registered applying to vacancies from 21 employers last year at our first virtual career expo on November 2016. The second one took place from March 23rd to 25th this year. far exceeded that of the last expo, with 1,300 participants from over 60 countries, including China, India, the Philippines, Singapore, Israel, and South Africa. There are 35 employers from across Canada looking to fill vacancies. This week, I just attended here in Shaw Centre the Immigration Summit, organized by the Conference Board of Canada, and we are pleased to hear speeches from both the federal and provincial minister, including Quebec. The message from the government, business and private sectors have affirmed what we do is important to support newcomers and our economy. The federal minister stated that China and India top the numbers in skilled immigrants in Canada and create the opportunity for Canada's new strategy of global race for talents. To this end, our pre-arrival services has the most successful result in reaching the targets, bringing in skilled immigrants to different cities in Canada. In March, I visited 2 major cities with staff in Guangzhou and Beijing in China to promote the services to local government, NGO, and private business for our pre-arrival services. I also visited one university in each city to give information about international students to Canada. The visits are important to show our brand. In China, our visit got coverage in all newspapers in different cities of Guangzhou, which is the wealthiest province in China. As mentioned by the ministers, we still need to be very competitive so that immigrants will choose Canada. In Ottawa, we are glad to provide settlement services across the border as well for clients in Gatineau, because there's no similar services, especially for Chinese immigrants. And we have reached out to serve the target for pre-arrival service of 2,000 clients, and we are reaching that target very soon. Here we are at the capital and one of the best cities in Canada with a booming high-tech industry. Clean technology is also the business industry we can promote as well. The Minister, Catherine McKenney of Environment and Climate Change, is our MP in our riding. He works with China for protecting the environment in both countries. We will work with Invest Ottawa to find out the strategy of finding talents and investment for Ottawa for the sector. I can see that it's important to work with both the ministries. This will, on one hand, enhance the growth of the industry, and on the other hand, hire more workers in Canada. As reported in one of the plenary sessions of the Immigration Summit, the center of gravity is shifting east, and we will benefit from newcomers for social innovation. TAC continues to work and engage employers to hire global talents through our bridging programs. The success of the program will gain public support because we show that we complement and not substitute the labor of Canadian workforce. Tonight, in celebrating the work of TAC, I cannot tell you everything that we've been doing here with OCCSC, but I would like to give you some other news about what happens in this agency. In 2016, the arrival of Syrian refugees have prompted our concerted effort to help them by tapping into our existing service in our language, employment, and settlement services. We targeted 440 clients, and we reached helping 322 of them by middle of March already. We have numerous events besides giving them all our services. One of the very successful events is organize a group of young Syrian refugee painters. We taught them painting and auctioned out their wonderful work, and we raised $6,000 by selling this painting to donate to the sick children at Chio. For employment support, we organized training with Algonquin College to train those to work in the food industry. We also work with the business, like the Serenity Project with Kevin, to give sales training for their future jobs. This is the year of Canada's 150th anniversary, and through the event, we have the opportunity to show the success of immigrants for a strong economy, and at the same time, the importance to address the values of peace and equality. In celebration of Canada's 150th anniversary, On 28th of June, OCCSC will launch the Syrian Hosting Initiative to match 150 provincial volunteers across all sectors, cultures and varieties, various walks of life to participate in various activities. But before this, we will have our open house on 28th of May at the Mother Teresa School for Immigrants to visit, for immigrants to see and visit all agencies serving immigrants and newcomers. And you can check all these events on our website. But OCCSC is not without challenges. While we maintain our ongoing services, we never hesitate to meet changes and innovation to address changing needs. We need stable funding to deliver, plan, and prepare for our services in alignment with immigration policies. I hope we can always survive changes in funding as long as we can have good options. I'm glad that Corinne, the Deputy General from ILCC, is here with us tonight, and I must thank her for her enormous support and advice, all the good ideas she gave me from time to time. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you again. Oh. I need to thank all the staff who are all dedicated and enduring services. Needed to say our Senior Manager Yingxi of TAC. Where are you, Yingxi? Oh! And who has expanded TAC with connection to our stakeholders, such as our employer and sponsors, together to build a model of our program, which I think is one of the best in Ottawa and in Canada. I recall last year he sang a song when he made the presentation. I hope he's going to dance tonight. I want to thank him for his enthusiasm and of course for the entire team of TAC. They are marvelous staff, Juliet, the manager as well. I'm very grateful for their work. Last but not the least, I'm grateful that the board of OCCSC is supportive, Vivian, in monitoring our finance closely, which is a big part of our responsibility, to make sure that we can continue our services. Now, my biggest congratulations to all our graduates. I'm glad you have made Canada your home, and we will benefit with your contributions. To all the employer and sponsors, thank you for believing in us and supporting us throughout in all our events and programs. We are very grateful for the support of our funders, ILCC, MCIT, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation. These programs are important initiatives and that enable the successful integration of immigrants and refugees, who in turn will help to build a stronger economy. So I will just stop here, and I will wish everybody a very nice evening. Thank you very much.
Sharon. As some of you know, TAC has been doing this for 10 years now. 2017 marks 10 years since they've been connecting international talent with Canadian businesses, and only just a month ago, TAC saw the graduation of its 100th cohort from its training programs. In the past decade, TAC has helped over 1,400 internationally educated professionals who have made Canada their home to find work, work in their fields, and over 400 business partners, not only in Ottawa, but also in Calgary, Vancouver, to find talent with the right skills and expertise and to marry those two. 10 years ago, with a vision to create a national hub, putting immigrant professionals from around the world in touch with Canadian businesses, TAC has been committed to building a full-fledged intervention process that helps immigrants succeed and enables local businesses to turn foreign talent into an asset. I think that's something that we've seen tonight, we've seen throughout the years. So I invite you now to take a look at a video that TAC produced about all their accomplishments over the past 10 years.
We started with a vision to create a national hub bringing talented professionals from around the world to Canadian companies committed to workforce diversification and global expansion.
For every immigrant, the first question, how am I going to get the first job?
Can I actually live in Canada? Can I find a job here? What's my life going to be?
We built Ottawa's first enhanced language training program for immigrant IT and finance professionals, bringing them closer to finding the right careers in Canada.
You feel like you're not yourself anymore, and you feel like you're a better speaker. You definitely feel more confident after this class.
By the turn of the decade, we formed two vital partnerships, the Immigrant Services Calgary and the Immigrant Services Society of British Columbia. These collaborations set the tone for our growing national presence in the planning and delivery of services to communities across the country.
We see this as one of the most effective national partnerships and impactful programs in this area that we've been involved in for many years. And we're thrilled and excited about the next journey around the online provision of services.
Our services have always reflected the commitment of our staff, our spirit of innovation, and the excellence of our services. From a single staff member in only 5 years, we've grown into a team of creators, leaders, and strategists. By 2012, OCCSE's employment department handed to work. It was time for a new brand. TAC, the International Talent Acquisition Center, was born. With our global reach, we help local businesses unlock the doors to global markets. Our skilled and passionate team built bridges that brought international talent and hiring employers together, helping all parties gain insight and experience.
We picked up the skill sets to be truly remarkable. And they would be very strong, they become strong contributors to us in helping to grow our business and drive the profitability of our business as well.
In January 2016, TAC's pre-arrival services for new immigrants opened its virtual doors. Marrying social media with our staff's expertise, we can now provide immigrant settlement and employment services to our clients overseas before they come to Canada.
The reason why I choose to work with TAC is because we do have a team of reliable, knowledgeable, and communicative team that will get me the best candidate that is suitable for the position that I'm looking for.
10 years of dedication, compassion, and hard work by our staff, and 10 years of collaboration with our employer and community partners set TAC at the forefront of serving international professionals. In the past decade, our initial vision blossomed, and we've seen our clients help Canadian businesses thrive. We are proud to be an agency in which passion, reliability, responsibility, and rapport coexist. Our journey has just begun. With your support, we are confident that we can do even more and better for decades to come.
TAC, making a lot of difference.
And with that, we're going to do what we all came here to do, which is present the first award of the evening. It's time to present the first award, and to present it, we're going to welcome Mr. Vivek Raju from Kivuto on stage. He's going to present the TAC Award. Kivuto's Associate Vice President of Operations, Mr. Raju, has over 10 years experience in sales, new business development, and relationship building. Kivuto is the world's leading provider of advanced digital distribution and management solutions that enable the secure delivery of digital goods to academic institutions everywhere. For close to a decade now, Kivuto has been a highly valued employer partner with TAC and the ardent supporter of TAC's mission to help internationally educated professionals to find employment in their field of expertise, as we've been hearing all night. They continuously tap TAC's talent pool for their staffing requirements and have hired more than 30 IT professionals from over the years. Kivuto was the winner of last year's Capacity Builder Award, honoring its consistent support that has enhanced TAC's capacity to serve immigrants. So with that, let's welcome Mr. Vivek Raju.
Hello everyone. I'm glad those statistics were mentioned, and those are metrics from TAC, I'm sure, because I do not have them, but I figured they were around that ballpark. I think currently we have 20 people that have come through this program that we currently employ. So the TAC Award is presented in recognition to the partner who has provided valuable ongoing support for the programs and services of TAC. This year's winner is Huawei Canada. Before we present the award, I just want to give you some background on them. They're a true believer and supporter of the NavCan IT program. They have been actively working with TAC since 2012 and have relentlessly enhanced their recruitment and retention policies, which resulted in a hire in 2016 of a project manager through the TAC program. Now, they identified that person as talented when they hired them, but not only that, they were able to put them through a leadership program that had them promoted by the end of the year to a senior project manager capacity, which is fantastic. So I would like to, it's a pleasure for me to invite Bryce Healy, Manager of Talent Acquisition, on stage to accept this year's award.
First of all, thank you, Shaw, and thank you, TAC, for this award. 谢谢 Shaw， 谢谢 TAC。大家好，我是 Bryce Healy， 在华为我是招聘经理，我很荣幸接受这个表彰。Huawei is proud to be a part of the high-tech community here in Ottawa. Huawei Canada has been in operation since 2008 and now employs over 700 Canadians. Huawei's products and services support many of Canada's leading telecommunications companies, and Huawei Canada's research center is a global leader in advanced communications technologies, including 5G. Huawei is proud to be a part of Canada's ICT ecosystem. We're also proud to be working with TAC in our common goal of tapping into the best talent Ottawa has to offer. It is services like those offered by TAC that make Ottawa one of the best places to live. Also, it is truly refreshing to be working with an organization that has an individual's best interests in mind, and for those of you who know Shaw, know that he's not afraid to fight for those interests. Again, thank you, TAC, and thank you, Shaw. It is truly an honor.
Congratulations. Time for the second award of the night. We're going to have a speaker up here to introduce the second award. Let's welcome Mr. Chandra Arya, MP for Nepean, to the stage to say a few words and present the second award, TAC's Community Builder Award. Mr. Chandra Arya is a certified Canadian investment manager, a business executive, and a community activist. He served on the boards of Invest Ottawa, OCISO, Not-for-Profit Housing Corporation, and the Hindu Society of Ottawa Carleton. He previously served as chair of the Indo-Canadian Ottawa Business Chamber, president of the Indo-Canadian Community Centre, and was the funding director of the Federation of Canadian Brazilian Businesses. Chandra holds an MBA degree and a Bachelor of Engineering. He lives in Nepean with his wife and his son. Mr. Arya.
Good evening. It's a great pleasure to be here. Maybe I'm one of the examples we can say that how internationally qualified professionals can succeed in this dear country of ours. 13 years back, me and my family landed in Ottawa. We did not know anybody. We had zero names, zero phone numbers, but we had done our research well. And I knew I had to change my career because I knew I was not going to get a job in the field of my expertise. So I think I did around 10 to 13 courses in 4 months, every weekend taking an exam, getting it done. I was successful in getting certain qualifications, which opened the doors. Opened the doors at all the 4 major banks, 5 major banks, and I chose one. Later on, I moved my career to a technology company. which is also a showcase how we are dependent on internationally qualified technology professionals. This company, a small technology company, we started with 4. Now I think they have got around 25 to 30 people. Very high-end defense technology in digital signal processing. It was very difficult for us to find talent here. Luckily, we found talent with 5 Chinese trained engineers and 3 Indian trained engineers, and we started with that. 85% of our revenue from exports. It was very, very highly advanced technology, and we were succeeded because we had internationally qualified technology professionals available for us here. So what we are doing here, what TAC is doing here is something always close to my heart. I have made it a practice whenever I find somebody new to Canada, whenever they say that they don't know anybody here or they are looking for a job here, I try to introduce them to as many people as possible, because I know with my own experience we can succeed in this country through networking alone. We have to keep meeting as many new people, new Canadians, new companies, new professionals as possible, so that we can find more and more opportunities. Now, here it is my great pleasure to announce the winner of the award, TAC's Community Builder Award, which is given in recognition of an individual that has provided valuable ongoing support to our programs and services. This year's recipient is Expos Development Canada's Senior Associate, Mr. Andres Navarro. Just before I say a bit about Andres, I have to say that Export Development Canada were one of the only few institutions who were there to support us in the small technology company we had. Because it was new technology, because it was a small business, it was very difficult. In fact, it was impossible, not almost impossible, it was impossible for us to obtain finance from any chartered banks. But when we started growing, when we started showing some sales, EDC did step us and provided with some export credit guarantee financing, which enabled us to export our products. Andres joined EDC in 2010, started as a risk rating specialist and progressing into an underwriting role within the global loan syndication team. Born and raised in Chile, he obtained his bachelor's degree in economics and MBA in business.
Now, Ms. Corinne Prince Saint-Amand. She is the Director General with the Ministry of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, and she's going to present TAC's Diversity Champion Award. Prince Saint-Amand.
Thank you very much, Omar. I have a little story to tell that you might be interested in. A few months ago, I was helping Minister Sen hand out some employer awards that our department gives out annually. And your colleague, Giacomo Panico, was the MC for the event. And Giacomo in the evening was telling stories about his upbringing and how he was the son of immigrant parents as well. And he was so excited that the minister was, there to present the awards that he asked if I would take his picture with Minister Sen, which I did. And I have them on my BlackBerry, but I really need to know how to get them to Giacomo. So if you can maybe help me get a messenger, I'm happy to give them to you or any contact information for him. Merci beaucoup pour l'invitation ce soir. C'est toujours un honneur et un plaisir d'être parmi vous avec la famille TAC. Vivian, Sharon, Ying, and all the TAC team. You are doing such amazing work, not only here in Ottawa, but across the country. And to all of the individuals in the room, be you service provider organizations, be you employers, be you mentors or volunteers, you know so well that helping immigrants settle and integrate into this great country we call Canada is not a 9-to-5 job. You know very well that when your cell phone rings at 4 a.m. and there's a Syrian family who's just arrived at the Ottawa International Airport, you do not think twice. You get out of bed and you get down to the airport to welcome that family with the biggest, warmest Ottawa welcome that you can provide. Your days are filled with challenges, some big and some small. And you meet those challenges, all of you in this room, with pride and dignity and warmth. And it's such an honor and privilege for me to work for the Government of Canada, not only because I have the opportunity to develop policy for these issues, but also because I have the opportunity to work with all of you. So on your 10th anniversary in TAC, I want to congratulate you and Félicitations. Tonight, Intact's Diversity Champion Award honors an individual who has championed diversity initiatives in the workplace and who's been a dedicated advocate for internationally educated professionals here in Ottawa. This year's award recipient goes to Daryl Wellington, who's engineering manager at Centronic Research and Development Canada. Now, as you all know, diversity champions are leaders in the struggle for diversity and equality. And they act as role models, taking action when appropriate, and addressing behaviors when necessary. Champions become conduits for disseminating information, driving behavioral and cultural change across an organization, and promoting equality, diversity, and inclusion into the corporate culture of an organization. And Daryl has done all of that and so much more. He has embraced the role of diversity champion without reservation. His commitment to promoting diversity, willingness to share his expertise with Intact clients, and the pragmatic employment resources he has offered to new immigrants make him a true diversity champion. Daryl is a people-focused leader and was the first Canadian employee of the Swedish-based design house Centronic. He plays an instrumental role in Centronic's exponential growth in Ottawa, both in building the business as well as growing a solid team. Since 2014, the company has recruited over 100 employees in just over 2 years, and it shows no sign of slowing down with hiring. Daryl has worked in the Ottawa tech sector, specifically in the hardware and software development fields since the late 90s. Thanks to his direct and indirect efforts, 8 newcomer clients found employment in their field of expertise. We thank Daryl for his ongoing support of Intact and of newcomer professionals. Daryl.
So thank you to the team at Intact for nominating me for this award. I humbly and happily accept it. Many of you probably haven't heard about Centronic. So we are Swedish. I'm often asked if I'm Swedish. I have some Swedish qualities, but I'm not Swedish. I know a few Swedish words, but that's about it. So we help our customers develop their products. That's what we do. We don't have any products of our own. We do have design centers around the world. So Canada is our most recent, but our head office is in Sweden. We have design centers in Beijing, as well as Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So those are our major ones. Actually, as of today, we're at 117 employees, so I guess we've increased another 17 or so from when that 100 came out. So the Intact team has actually been very helpful for us when we opened our office 2.5 years ago. in Ottawa, helping. We've done seminars with their clients at the TAC office. We've attended all of their job fairs, including virtual ones. We've done open houses at Centronic as well, so it's really good. So my advice to job seekers is to listen carefully, go out of your comfort zone, ask for help. Most people are helpful and happy to help, so but you do need to ask, and ask for feedback after an interview as well. You won't always get it, but sometimes you will. And my advice for colleagues is take a chance. If somebody may not be the perfect fit for what you're looking for right now, maybe they will be in the future, or maybe you have a colleague that's looking for that exact person. You may find a gem that others have overlooked. Tak sa mikit. I'm sure, I hope I haven't offended any Swedes. That's supposed to say thank you in Swedish.
Congratulations, and congratulations to everyone tonight. We're done with the awards, but before I introduce our final speaker of the night, and before I read his official bio, 6 or 7 years ago, I was first introduced to INTAC, and Yinshi was one of the first people I interviewed in INTAC. And I remember when I interviewed you back then, you had this passion about you. You've been there since the beginning, 10 years since this started, and I can't help but feel you must have been instrumental in the success of all those 1,400 people who've gone through this program. You had such a passion there, and every time I interview a successful INTAC member, I see that same passion in their eyes, and I see that sense of gratitude they have for INTAC, and I saw that passion in your eyes back then, and I think that you're so influential in all of this, so I want to give you a round of applause. Yingxi is the senior manager in INTAC. Yingxi is the senior manager with an MBA from Exeter University in the UK, extensive experience as a senior management consultant for multinationals, and as a diplomat representing China in Liberia and Nepal. Ying thrives on finding new and innovative ways of tackling challenges. Since immigrating to Canada, he's become a passionate advocate of equal employment opportunities for internationally educated professionals, and he's initiated a number of Bridge to Work programs for immigrants in Ottawa, Calgary, and Vancouver. He's also the mastermind behind INTAC's growth and success over these past 10 years, part of the growth that we're celebrating tonight. And on behalf of CBC Ottawa, I also want to say congratulations on all the work you've done to enrich our communities. Yingxi, please come to us.
Good evening. How is everybody doing? So enjoy the happy hours? So I'll be very generous, so I'll extend another hour for the happy hours and with my closing remarks. So Sharon said in the last Gala that I've seen, and it won't happen today. Is that nothing improves in that respect. So when I came here, I was thinking of it's 10 years. So it's a long time. When I was studying, said, well, it's 10 years. And I talked with Michael and learned from Mr. Irwin. He said, okay, thank you for your support. And we have Michael for 10 years. And her advice beat me, saying, I have him for 50 years. So, but it's not, the 10 years, when I think of that, it's a lot of reflection, appreciation, and anticipation. So 10 years ago, I inherited the job search workshop program as a facilitator. Imagine part of my past experience I could not find a job myself. So here I'm trying to teach someone to find their job, to find a professional job. So it's a little bit ironic, right? The mission is noble, but overwhelming. So I think a piece of advice for both our employer partners as well as for our immigrant friends is that you need to believe yourself. So one of my weaknesses, I believe, when you are doing the interview, either the interviewer or interviewees will ask, what is your weakness? So one of my weaknesses in my career is if I start to do something, I hope I can do it. I can do it and do it well. So that's one of the beliefs and the quality I believe many of our immigrant friends share the same. So if for employers, if you see the candidates across the table, I'm sure they are the best and brightest, and they are committed to do a good job. And for Canadian value, 10 years I've learned some Canadian value. So paying the tax, volunteer, love hockey, and listen to species. That's all of the Canadian value that I learned. And I would like to give credit to all the volunteer mentors and those employees who lending a helping hand. That I've learned the phrases. I say it's better to light small candle than to curse the darkness. Because it's not easy for immigrants coming here to start a new life and changing and being successful. So it's a long journey, and but in Canada there are a lot of good people, and they're willing to help. So take the opportunity to express our sincere thanks for all those who are here or who are not able to attend, all those people that lending the helping hand. So integrating immigrants into the labor market is a mission that involves the cooperation and contribution of all stakeholders: government, businesses, employers, communities, service agencies, and funders, donors, and sponsors, new immigrants and volunteers, mentors, and so on. TAC is providing a platform and a bridge to make this happen and to facilitate the progress. There's a famous quote from Africa: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Yes, go together. Today we celebrate our milestones of 10 years, 100 cohorts, and 1,500 happy families from over 100 countries. Together, we extended our services from Ottawa to Calgary and Vancouver and many other cities in Canada. Together, we launched our pre-arrival services to over 40 cities in China, and immigrants from over 60 countries can access to our virtual Career Expo. We together organized Immigrant Entrepreneur Corner and an alternative career opportunity series. Together, we staged Talent Den and Go Global and Hire Local Mingle. And together, we launched our professional mentorship program with HRPA's endorsement. Together, 1,500 more immigrant professionals successfully pursue their career path, and 400 employers found their much needed talent. And together, we expand our social enterprise business services to help both immigrants with their local work experience and small businesses to boost local economy, and the list go on. To our partners and stakeholders, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you that are present here today, to all those who cannot make it today, for your valuable support and trust. Thank you. We've come a long way together. We'll continue our journey together with you. I would like to give special thanks to the leadership of the Director General, Ms. Corinne Prince Santamon. She's not only a strong supporter to programs that engage employers as an immigrant integration solution, but championed the initiative of Federal Internship Program, a very innovative program that gives newcomers opportunity to get their first professional work experience. And it is here in Ottawa, in the public sector. So please join me to give her a round of applause. Thank you. I'd like also to thank my Executive Director, Sharon Cannon, and Chair Lady of the Board, Vivian Chen. So, for your leadership and support. Because one of my other weaknesses is the reason for me to become manager is that mostly I've asked people to manage me. So I'm not a disciplined person. So thank you for stand for me for those 10 years. So here I would like also to thank my colleague Amy for your beautiful voice and beauty that help us each and every year to sing the national anthem. In the last 10 years, TAC has gone through a lot of challenges to keep up the level and quality of services while implementing new products, to create more innovative ways to engage employers and promote our newcomer professionals, to provide more value-added services. All of these are over and beyond our targets and deadlines. We cannot achieve this without the passion and commitment of my great team. So now I would like to present to you one by one of my heroes and hirings. So the first would be, I don't know if Barbara's still here? Okay. Barbara has been with me for 10 years. So if they say around 10 years, if we can survive 10 years, there must be something right. So hopefully we're looking for another 10 years for the impact as our organization. So our Manager, Employment Services Operation and Stakeholder Relation, Julia Smith. And the Business Development Officer and our Public Relation Advisor, Shao Huan. And our Project Coordinator, Lydia. So if you look at the beautiful catalog and all the wordings that is out of Lydia's hands. So thank you, Lydia. the hard work. So we have a training coordinator to go on, and also the photographers. For those who cheers, is that song about your drink. Outreach and Mentorship Coordinator Sofia Prata. So Sophia is always smiling. So it doesn't matter if it's a rainy day or a sunny day. So thank you. It's doing an excellent job. We used to have a little funding with now when we work with ICTC for the mentorship, and we don't have funding anymore. But Sophia, together with the great team of mentors, that really started and support that program, and we have the wonderful mentors that help us out and help you out. So on behalf of the TAC, we thank Sophia and we thank all the mentors. Thank you. So as you know, we have in late 2015 we started our first trade-level programs. And we have our employment settlement counselor Marilyn Ma and Ching Hong Yin. So it's